You're watching Cable 2.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Today with Dr. Beverly Emory, at least one more time. I'm Chris Runge. Thanks so much for being with us. Today, we are saying goodbye to Dr. Emory. It's not a secret anymore. Everyone pretty much knows. There's been lots of coverage. So we thought we would make this a rather informal program and just talk to you. And first of all, say congratulations. We're very happy for you.
Well, thank you. It's bittersweet, right?
Sure.
A new challenge, but leaving a place that's been awesome. So,
And what are you leaving for? Now, can you tell us about your new job?
yes. So I am excited to go to work at the state level in a new job where the challenge and the goal, intended goal, is to build a statewide system of support for schools and districts, with a focus on low-performing schools and what they need, but really overall support. And see that sort of on two planes. One, what does the data say by region? Because what everybody needs may not be the same, and so how do we look at that? Because we have regional folks that are out in the field who will work with me and be on my team to help provide support. But also, where are those themes statewide that we might be able to help? And I've mentioned several times what we've done here locally with the Teacher Academy and finding ways to lift up teacher leaders. To me, is just an absolute given. If we could figure out how to create a statewide system for doing that, that's support. It's support. But also listening. I know the beginning of this journey will be a lot of traveling and a lot of listening to what districts believe they need and what they've tried to do and where has there been success around the state that we might be able to replicate. So a different role for me, but still helping. And one of the things that's always challenging in a superintendency is that you get pulled in a million different directions. And in a district this large, we do a lot of crisis management daily. And so the encouragement to do this really came from, can I let somebody else do that stuff and focus more on the day-to-day work of supporting districts and helping them achieve.
So you came here in 2013. Mark Johnson was still on the board?
No, he had not been elected. He was elected in the 2014 election.
2014,
yeah.
Okay. So he's now the state superintendent, so will you be reporting to him?
I will not report directly to him. Dr. Maria Petrie Martin, who's the deputy superintendent, is who I'll report to, and that was by design. As I've said, I'm trying to get a layer underneath whatever the political scene may be, and those folks who work in the deputy positions, they work and support the State Board of Education. But, Mark and I have always had a good, trusting relationship, and I want to help him in any way I can. So I'm certain I will have access and opportunity, and I'm grateful for his pursuit here and giving me this chance to do something a little different for our state.
And you said you'll be traveling a lot? You'll be going to all the
Traveling a
different
lot, yes, because the entire state will be my challenge. There are 8 regional leads who will be a part of my team, and so just getting around to see and meet and understand the needs across the state will be a part of the work.
We're recording this on February 28th, which is officially your last day.
Yes.
You're going to stay on to sort of
support, coach, consult. I think that the board made a wise decision in my colleague and our deputy, Dr. Kenneth Symington. And I know you'll get a chance to do a getting to know you, but most people know that this was Kenneth's district. He grew up here. He spent the better part of his career here. And I know in my board comments I said no one loves it better. And I'm pretty confident that is a very factual statement. So he will start officially tomorrow as the interim. And I think it's a great decision because it gives the board a nice non-stressed period of time to work on the search. And in an urban district, you're probably talking 5 months, I would guess, a good 5 months to do this right. And then depending on who you hire, you have people who may have to give notice someplace else. So I think that's a wise move for stability for the district. And in my role for the next 60 days, then I'm there to support. I won't be a visible figure in the district, not my role anymore, but how can I support the transition? So what does the board chair need? What does the attorney need? What does the new interim superintendent need? And you and I both know sometimes you don't know what you need until you encounter something. And we were kidding yesterday. Dr. Symington asked me if the weather's bad next week, would I be able to make the call? And I was like, no, I'll help you, but you get to make the call.
I was going to say, you're not going to miss those 4 a.m. calls, are you?
No. I will miss a lot, and that is in the human factor, the people, the kids, the incredible community support. I will not miss those decisions that come with the job that you have to make, and you have to have a tough skin about them, but it doesn't mean that you don't take some of those personally from time to time. So,
looking back on the last 5+ years, anything you're most proud of, anything you're going to remember most fondly, or is it?
You know, it's interesting because I'm a test score junkie and people know that. So I rate myself on some of the things we didn't accomplish there in terms of state accountability. And that's really, it puts pressure on principals and teachers and everyone else because so much has been accomplished that you don't measure in that score. And, some of those things, the big ones for me, a $350 million bond issue passing in every precinct in the county. I mean, we worked really hard on that, and we did 18 months, as you know, of public engagement to be sure that people could support it. I genuinely think the process of bringing the commissioners in and deciding on an amount as opposed to taking them $600 million and they have to cut it and they're the bad guy. I mean, it was very collaborative. Technology is another one that I don't know if people weren't around in 2013 can really imagine the transformation there. And I don't really take credit for that other than it was a passion and that I was able to pick good leaders to make that happen because, we've gone from a district that had 10-year-old desktop equipment. We didn't have Wi-Fi access in every classroom. It was 1 to 3. We didn't have the infrastructure. We had to build that first. You can't go out and buy devices.
Right.
To a district that's close to, in many places, 1-to-1. We have a refresh. I mean, we had a budget meeting this week. We're beginning to talk about the first year of refresh. Imagine, all teachers got laptops and docking stations and the classroom solutions that will wind up in every classroom as a result of the bond. And that doesn't even scratch the surface of what the Marty Creeches and the Brittany guys have brought to the whole personalized learning and digital teaching and learning, which, in my mind, we're just, I think our folks are I would put them up against anybody, and I think what they're doing to really engage, particularly under this whole teacher leader model, so Marty's rock stars and Brittany's folks that are out there that are helping other people learn how to apply this in a learning environment. I feel great about that. Academy, I mean, that's like my child. The Teacher Academy, I'm just so proud of what's happened there and the incredible teachers. I mean, what makes that work are the teachers. And I hope that has room to keep growing. I think sustainability of really powerful teaching and learning has to be driven inside the building, and that's by lifting up those people who want to stay in the classroom but also be recognized as leaders in the district. I think we've done a lot in terms of organization and instruction. I hope we have helped people with tools. When you did the video, I was looking back on, Jensen and Clark and Jamie Vollmer, and I mean, just some of the incredible opportunities we've had in our district to learn together, which is why I think people have what they need. You know, it's how do we create the right climate and conditions for them to help kids learn. So my goal, my hope is that we've created an infrastructure that now can take off, and that we'll see some of those scores that we get rated, ranked, and sorted on. I also know we started early, and Chris, you know, talking about a psychologically safe environment. And so one of the things that we don't measure, but that I feel good about, is that people don't have any trouble telling me what they think. I mean,
Don't seem to, do they?
and I don't always mean that as a complaint. I take it as a compliment that, you know, in some organizations, people are afraid to say what's really wrong or what needs to be fixed, and you can't fix something if you don't know about it. And so I hope that's another sort of soft accomplishment, is that we've worked hard with core values and beliefs, really trying to, you know, push those deep into this organization in such a way that people try to live them, but that they also know it's okay. If there's a problem, you got to get it out there and talk about it, or you're not going to solve it.
Sure. And you talked about infrastructure and technology. I mean, just looking at this, we've changed quite a bit since this show started. See, build you a new living room and you leave us. I mean, we haven't been on this set
It's yours, not mine.
But it is quite a different district since 2013. It really is.
Well, and times have changed. I mean, just talking about communications and all those incredible awards that you guys got just a short month ago, that I'm excited for you. And but think about how far we've come in terms of how we communicate and the different platforms. I mean, it's sort of incredible in 6 years how that whole landscape changes, and
It's amazing.
what we push out on multiple social media platforms, the fact that our own web-based communications actually communicates with more people than most any other communication methodology in our area is a real important sign that people rely on that for even if it's just day-to-day kinds of information, from the menu in the cafe to whether there's going to be a delay. But I think that's another thing we need to be proud of, is that there's been, you're never going to ace communication, right? But us really exhausting all those platforms in a way to try to get messaging out there to people has come a long, long way.
We really have. We're going to wrap things up, and to do so, we're going to give you the floor. That's your camera. If you have any final words for the community, for students, it's
Well,
all
I
yours.
just thank everybody. It's been an amazing ride, and I'm grateful.
And we're grateful too. It's been an honor. It really has. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. And we're back with a final word and a final look back at the past 5 or so years right after this.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, the boss's boss. If 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes, that means it could be you, your barber, your barber's barber.
Nice work.
Thanks.
You, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker,
On your left.
your cat jogger. Or you, your co-pilot, your co-pilot's co-pilot. While 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes, with early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand.
Because of you, I felt hopeless.
I know it was a joke, but it still hurt me.
Because of you, I felt wanted and not alone in this world.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included, and I knew that I was going to be okay.
Home fire drills give your family a plan of action. Show everyone 2 ways out of the house, pick a safe meeting spot, and get there in under 2 minutes. Then practice, so everyone knows exactly what to do. Go to ready.gov/fire drill and learn how to prepare your family.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
And so for one more time for today with Dr. Beverly Emory, I'm Chris Runge. Thanks so much for being with us. As we leave you today, we're going to take a look back at Dr. Emory's career here at the Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools with a look at her 5+ years crammed into about 120 seconds. Tough to do, but TJ James did it. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time.
I just want to say how much we appreciate all that you do for our district. It worked. Oh my gosh, it worked. This is Love the Bus Week, and this is the day to love on your bus drivers. Thank you so much for all that you do. We could not make it, and we appreciate your patience. We wanted to take a moment to wish you happy Thanksgiving. It's like having the Rolling Stones for teachers, you know. We're so glad you could be here for our first parent forum. Which seems like an incredible amount of money. It makes me so excited to see the kind of energy that you bring back to a new school year. Thank you so much for great opportunities and discussions and training and outcomes. And it's an honor for me to have this opportunity. I'm very grateful for all of you and your hard work. On a team, we have to have balance.